Question 24. Once Gustavo saw the balance written in a table, he decided to take a closer look at the graph from the bank to see if he could figure out where he made the mistake in his predictions. Find the graph at the right on this lesson. So if you click this link, you will have this page will come up, which is just a little bit cleaner page for you to do some work on. If you have a printer, you can print it off. If not, then you can just kind of take a look at it. Or you can make it on your paper. I'm not sure if on any of your apps you have like a writing pen that you could write on this, but I'm going to go back to this and write on this as we're working today. So we can do that. Click on the lower right corner of the graph to view in full mode. Also, if you want, you could go to this, and this is the Desmos tool, and this is the red line. All right, and you can kind of play around with this a little bit to kind of show what's going on. And here's the questions for it, so you can monkey with that if you would like. Oops, wrong one, sorry. All right, so part A. There's additional information about Gustavo's account that you can tell from the graph. For example, what was his starting balance? How much did it grow in 5 years? So his starting balance, I'm going to go back to that sheet, starting balance. So here, they didn't put this on here, is 0. So this would be his starting balance. And so after 0 years, he had $400 in his account. All right, so somebody put $400 in his account to start. And then remember we talked that every year it went up by 20. So the next question they want to know is how much does it grow in 5 years? So if I go back to my graph, here's 5 years. If I go up to here, I notice that it is at 500 now. So it was at 400. After 5 years, it's now at 500. So how much did it grow? Well, it grows $100 in 5 years, which is kind of what we talked about in earlier questions. That is going up by $20 every year. Part B. Gustavo had assumed his money would double after 10 years. What would the graph look like if that were true? Use a different color and add a line to the graph to represent what Gustavo was thinking. So they want us to draw on here what it would look like if he was right about it doubling after 10 years. Because remember, he thought there'd be $1,000 after 10 years. So it would look something like this. So I can go to 10 years. He thought there was going to be $1,000 in it. So I'm going to put that dot right there. All right. So here's kind of what he was thinking. He thought after 5 years there was $500. He thought after 10 years there was going to be $1,000. So he thought his graph was going to look like this. And you got to imagine I had a ruler and was drawing a straight line. And we're going to extend this and keep going, keep going, keep going. He thought his graph was going to look like this. All right. So after 5 years, there was $500, which he had, and he thought it was going to double. So if I double 5 years, I get 10 years. He thought this was going to be $1,000. Now, there's a small problem with that thinking. That means at 0 years, he has $0. It means he didn't put any money in the bank whatsoever. There's no way that he's going to have $100 in the bank after a year if he doesn't put anything in. He can't gain any interest on nothing. So I think that's where his thinking was wrong, because somebody put $400 to start. So this is what he thought his graph would look like, which is impossible. No bank is going to let you put in 0 money, let it sit there, and then a year later you're going to have $100, and then 2 years later $200. Banks aren't just giving money away. Let's see. Okay, we did our line. Part C. Is it possible that Gustavo's account could have had $0 in it at 0 years? And that's what I was just kind of talking about. There is no way, because a bank is not going to let you put 0 money in and then just give you $100 the next year and then give you another $100 the next year and keep going. That would be awesome, but it's not going to happen. If you find that bank, let me know.